There's a place, a school, an institution where a professor resides. One that for the past 30 years has traveled the world teaching others. A pioneer in America of the fighting science of Savate. One who codified the sports of this fighting style. One who has produced clubs, champions, and continues to develop. Listen to
Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing well. I wish everybody had a great weekend. I did. I had a great time with my kids. We were laughing and doing a bunch of stuff. And in fact, my son started watching The Walking Dead, which is something funny. But besides all those things, we've had a couple of questions come of age. And the only thing I want you all to do this week and start it off and start pondering on that is, every time you go train, every time you walk into a training hall, go in there with an empty mind, happy thoughts, be positive about what you're going to learn. Okay? There's a lot of folks out there that are training and they're training for the wrong reasons. It's all right. You want to learn how to fight? That's what we're here for. That's what it's for. You have to understand for why you're going to use it and when it's going to come into play. The question that I have now and they ask, it's very simple. Do saboteurs use fakes or feints? Believe me, a saboteur uses a lot of feints and a lot of fakes. I can spend the whole year just teaching feinting and faking out the opponent. Believe me. But to be able to feint, is it something learned, something taught, or does it come natural? I think it's all three, because you have people that are naturally good at it. They've never been taught. They just do that as part of their style of fighting, right? Remember, you have to realize that Savate is a fighting art. It's a style. Savate book français is a style. So it's a combative sport. You have way too many feints for punches and kicks and both combinations thereof within its arsenal. And you have to realize that exists. Okay, what is seen most? Punching, or it just depends. It has the same arsenals as regular boxing when they're now just at kicks. Imagine how many that could be. 1,000 ways to do it, 1,000 combinations. It's just endless. That's why I say it's a lifetime art. And once you do it, and once you continue, once you become that saboteur, once you start getting seasoned into it, you're going to start realizing what we're talking about. People that I know that used a lot of feints, my Professor Buitrón, Professor Paul Viviani, Richard Sela, Shore F. Pascal Malis. So it's Pascal Mazui. Those are folks that used to entrap you with the faking you out by doing something else, and they countered you with something, or they did something else to get you. Understand? And that comes with age. When do you start teaching people how to feint? Well, number one, you have to teach, when you start teaching people to compete or more intermediate levels, they have to know good basics. You have to not only know correct way of punching and kicking, the correct ways of defending yourself against them. It takes time. It's just not overnight. And then after that, you have to understand basic combinations, intermediate combinations, advanced combinations, and a mix thereof. And in that, I would say in intermediate stage and advanced come the faking out the opponents, the more advanced. Okay, these are intricate tactics that one can use. Because believe me, your whole body can be used to fake somebody out. You could just look that when the person turns, or look at the leg and smile, like and you make your body gesture there, and you kick go high, and you kick low to punch high, you punch high to kick low. There's all kinds of stuff that we can do as feigning an opponent out. But that's what I come back to for what I started this podcast today. Was very simple. You have to go train with a positive attitude. I've had many students that come in there and they already know how to fight. They've come from other arts. They're well trained. They're tough. They start learning some more and they don't want to really understand the basics of what they're doing, are not adjusting. They don't want to really learn. Many people that come into a Savate school, especially from another martial art, they want to show you that they already know something. They really don't want to learn Savate. They want to show you, this is what I've been taught. This is what we do. This is what we do over here. Well, if you want to come into a comparison stage, yes, we can have those type of dialogues. But if you come to learn, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you openly. I'm not going to disrespect somebody for not that. And I say, I'm not going to teach you. Understand? You walk in, I accept you as a student. I'm going to teach you with open arms. I don't care for you. I want you to learn. Okay. And that's where a lot of people get mad because I do not take folks to the competition arena anymore. Number one, I do not have the space. I do not have a ring. I do not have the material. My school is small in that sense. That doesn't mean I can't teach. It just means that it takes a lot of time to produce competitors. And a competitor has to be there for such a while before you can start teaching them to compete. Number one, I care for you. If I was somebody else, and you start training this week, and I'll sign you up, and you'll be fighting the following week. Believe me, it happens. There's coaches out there that do that. And we do that with 100 kids, 100 young adults. You'll get one that's going to try to accomplish something and continue moving forward, right? But the objective is to learn. And the question and the answer, the way I'm going to answer it is, before you can learn how to fake somebody, you have to have your basics solidified. You have to have good basics. Without them, you're not going to advance any further. Okay? You have to understand what a jab is, what a fuete is, how do you correct fuete in the three different ranges, head, middle, and low line, right? You have to understand what tonante is, what a sute is. Did I jump? A sute, sultan, and is to jump up or jump forward or jump back, okay? There's different reasons for us doing that. You have to understand the lingo. You have to understand the vocabulary. So you have to start from basics, learning the intermediate, and then all of a sudden you just start putting everything together to solidify the savate that you have. It's kind of hard here in the United States because a lot of people already assume that they know something that they've never practiced. Understand? And a lot of folks, just like boxing, a lot of people are out there teaching boxing, they've never boxed in their life. They couldn't even box a pizza, yet alone are out there boxing. Okay? So that's the same way. And in the ring is the same way. Learn how to take care of an opponent inside the ring is one thing. And then making them win is another. Okay? So, again, the answer to the question of feints, yes, Savate has too many feints. Okay? But before you start learning how to feint and how to fake out your opponent, you have to understand that you need your basics down packed. Okay? Not to discourage anybody, I'm just telling the truth. That's just the way it is. Remember, leave your ego at the door if you want to learn Savate, because it will humble you with temper, humility. Believe me. Somebody asked me the other day, and he says, well, what's the biggest lesson that Savate has ever taught you? Temper, humility. Okay, every time I see one of the old professors and I ask them something, it humbles me back. Every time I start teaching a young student, ask certain questions, it humbles me back. Somebody said, what do you want out of your students? It's very simple. I want good citizens in society that can take care of themselves. Okay, with that being said, all the knowledge is going to be passed on to them. Everything. There's nothing that I'm going to stop. You just have to continue training. It's not poured overnight. It's not a microwave that put it in there. I got 2 weeks and I already understood and I already know everything. And here I am, the silver glove. I'm going to pay $599 and get a certificate over the mail. I'm going to get signed by a Savate instructor. My certificate was signed by a Savate instructor. There's no such thing. Understand that. Remember, feints, faking is a tactical resource that comes to many naturally. Others it's learned, and others it's taught. Understand the difference between learned and taught. Naturally, a person's naturally going to do it, and they're going to try to fake somebody out naturally. That's their character. Taught is you tell them, this is what I want you to do. After you do this set combination, you're going to come in with this. Understand? That is taught. Learned is that you experience it and somebody did it to you and you picked it up. Remember that. So, folks, we're doing a bunch of stuff, especially with social media. We've got, we're going to be doing a lot of online classes. We're going to be teaching, expanding Savate, because with COVID and everything going on, a lot of things are happening. A lot of people are asking for online classes. Yes, we're going to have that. You look it up, become part, a member, become part of our crew, become part of my inner circle. I'm only accepting very few people in the inner circle. The inner circle is going to be for those that are basically going to start teaching. That's basically my main goal. Crew is those that are near me and learn Savate. Members are members, and of course, and you can find that at Buy Me a Coffee at Buitron Academy. There's a lot of merch going out there. We used to have a lot of T-shirts going out and here and so on and so forth. In fact, we've lost so much money with some of the businesses here, and especially in Laredo, with purchase shirts and they tell you, give me half down. You buy 4 or 5 dozen shirts. Guess what? COVID came. They still owe you the shirts. They can't find the shirts. Oh, we didn't give it to you. The person got to go. It's a big hassle, especially here with silkscreen companies here in my side of town here in Laredo, Texas, and in Texas, really. So we're doing an online print on demand over at Teesprings. Again, you can find the merch on, I'll put the link at the bottom of this show. You can also find it in some of the other stuff on Facebook as well. Until next time, much peace. Stay safe. God bless.
Buitron Academy, 956-401-4868, Savate.biz.